welcome to another video on how to make millions of credits. Now, right before I get into this video, what I want to say is, for those of you who are new to my channel, subscribe and enter my giveaway. I'll put the link in on the video right now, and all you do is in the comment section type in your name, your faction, and your server, and make sure you're not on European servers. Unfortunately, I can't do this, but it's a 4-level 60-character token giveaway. So make sure you enter. If you're already a subscriber and you didn't know about the giveaway, well, here's a link. Make sure you sign in. I'm gonna be after the upload of this video, I'm giving you guys 3 days to sign up so that you can enter in. And if you've already entered in, then you're good. Alright, so let's get into this video. Now, this video is entitled "The Best Way to Make Millions of Credits," and that's exactly what it is. This is it. This is the best way, and I've already put up a ton of videos on this, and I've mentioned it in numerous videos, but this is just kind of my clear-cut, clean version of it, just really explaining what it is and how you can make millions of credits. And I'm going to be rehashing some points, but I'm also going to have many new points, many examples, and a lot of things to show you in the okay, so basically let's get into the tip so you guys know what I'm talking about. Basically, it is that you have hypercrates, and all the new hypercrates have grand chance cubes coming out of them. And the bottom line of this tip is, what you do is you'll buy a hypercrate off the GTN. And so long as you buy a hypercrate under 11 million credits, this will work. So you have a hypercrate here, not the strategy alliance, it has to be a new one. And what you do is you buy a hypercrate. These for example, I've been buying the hypercrate disavowed packs recently for 10.2 million credits. I've seen them drop that low, I wait for them to drop that low, and then I buy them up. And what I do is I'll buy up the hypercrate for 10.2 to 11 million credits. I'll open them, and all of the grand chance cubes, all of the companion gifts, I take out and I sell. So as you'll see here, I have a ton of successful item sales, just a ton, and these are all grand chance cubes. As you can see, grand chance cube, grand chance cube. I net 280k. That's my profit from every grand chance cube I sell. I sell them for 300,000 on the Harbinger, and they sell really, really quickly. And then other than that, I also have a ton of sales of the miscellaneous companion gifts. Now, what also pops out of these packs are Java scrap. And that Java scrap you take to these Java vendors here, and you convert them into companion gifts. So for example, if you had artifact level Java scrap, you would convert it to spiced Eric tongue. This is the companion gift that you convert it to, and then you sell these on the GTN. So essentially you're selling every single thing out of this pack, except for the items that actually come out of it. So as you'll see here, these items over here, starting from this line down, are all items that came out of two hypercrate disavowed packs that I opened on this character. So these items are my net profit from this. And as you can see here, I have some really good stuff. I have the Begeron Vertica. I have a commemorative statue of Eric Jorgen. So this is what I'm profiting. And all the grand chance cubes and the companion gifts that I sell, those are what I'm doing to make my money back. So I'm just going to quickly go here, and this character, he was at 0 credits, so this was a purely experimental thing. I sent this guy 2 hypercrates, I sent all his credits away, and all the money that I'm going to make back now from selling out all my grand chance cubes and all my companion gifts, this is what I'm going to, this is the money I've made back. And so 22,257,776 credits. So after opening 2 hypercrate disavowed packs that I bought for 10.5 million credits each. That's what I bought them for. So together that was 21 million credits after selling all the grand chance cubes. And I still have a few companion gifts left, but after selling the majority of the companion gifts and converting all the Java scrap to companion gifts and selling that, I made 22,257,776 credits. And that actually means I profited. So just by selling those things that came out of the hypercrate, I actually made money. And then once again, I have all these items here, starting from this line down, that came out of the pack. And this is the stuff that I'm going to sit on, I'm going to sell later, and make a ton more credits. Also, one thing I didn't show you was I got a little bit of a jackpot from this pack. I got the Unstable Arbiter's Dual Saber. So unfortunately, it's not the single savior. The single savior sells for around 20 million now on the Harbinger. This has gone as low as 6 million, but that's still a ton of credits, especially when I did nothing to get it. I basically got it for free because, as you can see here, I made my money back. But not just make my money back, I made actually more money. I made a profit just by buying 2 hyper crates and opening them and reselling the items. So that just goes to show how great of a tip this is. And this is the best way to make credits because now I have my money back. This is recyclable. So I put in 21 million credits. Now I have 22 million, and I can go and I could buy hyper crates. So I'm gonna wait for them to drop again, and I'm gonna just do the exact same thing I did over again. I'm going to buy. I'm going to be able to buy 2 hyper crates when they drop lower. So once again, you have to buy it for under 11 million. Otherwise, you're not going to be making enough money back from your grand chance cubes. So it has to be under 11 million. And when this drops, I'm gonna buy 2 hyper crates up, open it, and just do this exact same thing over again. And I'm gonna be making tons of credits. Now, one thing you might be saying, and I know one thing I noticed in the comment section as well, where some people are saying, well, that's not a lot of items at all, and that's totally true. It isn't a lot of items at all. As you can see here, I only was able to fill in this much space, and to be granted, there are a lot of decorations and stuff, right? But once again, what you're doing is you're playing for that chance at hitting a jackpot as well. So not only am I making, millions of credits by getting things like Vectron Verticas and stuff, I'm really just hoping that maybe one hypercredit open will have the Arbiter's Lightsaber in there, or maybe one hypercredit open will have the Savage Nexu, right? And eventually, as I open more and more, I'm going to be getting those jackpots, and also these items are just going to rack up. So once I open 2 more hyper crates, I'm going to have double this, and once I keep opening more hyper crates, I'm going to keep having more. So I would really suggest you guys go out and do this tip because the more you open, the more packs you open, the more you do this, the more profit you're going to make. And that's just simply put. So let me just use a real life scenario. Basically what I'm doing now is I'm going to go to another character where I did this on. I already did this for like 10 hyper crates, and now my grand chance cube timer cooldown finished, and I put them all up, and they all really sold. So I'm going to another character now, and I'm going to show you guys, like, this character had 1 hyper crate that I gave to him, and now he made all his money back. So I paid about 10.2 million for this hyper crate here. So I paid 10.2 million. As you can see here, still getting some successful item sales, but let's see how much money I made back from 10.2 million. 11.5 million. So as you see, once again, I made over 1 million credits profit just by selling the grand chance cubes. This is all from another hyper crate. And as you can see here, I have to wait for the timer to cool down. Oh, that's another tip. I actually didn't even sell the Jawa scrap. So I made over 1 million profit just by selling the grand chance cubes and not even selling the Jawa scrap. And then once again, when I say I got the profit, I'm not including the fact that I made a ton of credit just by getting these items basically for free because I opened the pack and these are the ones that pop out and I'm going to hold on to them, I'm going to sit on them. But once again, these were free because I made my money back. So if you guys want to kind of like a real, okay, before I get into that, one thing I want to mention was Grand Chance Cubes and Companion Gifts sell really well. No questions asked. They sell like wildfire. I have had instances where I put up Grand Chance Cubes and literally 3 seconds later, I just get mail, and they're sold like crazy. So Grand Chance Cubes, Companion Gifts sell really well, so it will not be a problem at all to make your money back. And as you see here, you can make a few million credits in profit just by doing that. And then what you do is these items that came out of the pack, you sit on them and you wait and you sell them later once the pack has been embargoed and everything like that. Those of you who've been seeing my videos know what I'm talking about, and you're going to be making millions upon millions of credits. If you guys want a real life case scenario, this is just like if you went into a casino, for example, and you had $1,000 and you went to the slot machines and you played the slot machines and you made $400. So you put in 1,000, you only made 400 back, and so you'd say, oh, I lost $600. But as you're walking out of the casino guys say, here's your $1,000 back. Go play the slot machine again. And so you go play the slot machine again, and you make $400 more, and you're like, okay, great, I still lost money. You leave, and the casino guys give you your $1,000 back and say, go play again. This is exactly what this is. This is just exactly in that exact same scenario where you have credits and you open up the hyper crates, and then you may not have made your money back if you had opened the Grand Chance Cubes. But if you sell the Grand Chance Cubes and you sell the Companion Gifts, you make your money back, and you're left with the items that came out of the hyper crate. So that's just my terrible analogy, but whatever. Hopefully it helped you guys understand a little bit. But I want to end this video by saying that this is it. This is right now the best way to make credits, hands down, no questions asked. If you're a new player to this game and you're wondering, I want a way by which I don't have to spend hours playing heroics. I don't want to spend hours crafting. I just want an easy way by which I could become a super duper rich player in this game. I'm talking hundreds of millions of credits. Well, what you should do is you should use all the tips on my videos that I have to try to make your first 11 to 12 million credits. And I have tons of tips to help you guys out on that. But once you've done that, your goal should be buy Hypercrate, sell Grand Chance Cubes, sell Companion Gifts, remake your money back, buy another Hypercrate, rinse and repeat, and the more money you have to start up with, the more Hypercrates you can buy, the more you can do this. Right now, I've got like 5 or 6 characters, and as you can see, many of my characters are level 1 because I just make the character, unlock all his cargo slots, and give him a Hypercrate, and he can just rinse and repeat this cycle over and over again. You know, he opens a Hypercrate, sells the Grand Chance Cubes, buys another Hypercrate, keeps doing that. And I've started doing this, and I'm going to keep doing it. So as you can see here, this is my character on the Begeron Colony, and here I was actually able to sell my Grand Chance Cubes for quite a lot more than what I would be able to do in the Harbinger. So this was I sold my Marsh Hunter Ackley mount because I sold it for 7 million because I just got it. I know that this is probably going to drop as low as 3 mil, 2 mil maybe even in a few weeks. So I sold it for 7 mil, and I know that I'm definitely going to be able to buy more later as the time goes on. But anyways, as you can see here, I'm selling my Grand Chance Cubes for 305,000 credits profit. They're getting put up for 325,000 because the Begeron Colony, everything sells for higher. But I was actually able to get sell some for 380,000 credits. I put them up for 400,000 credits. This was a little earlier on when the Grand Chance Cubes weren't selling for very low. Now look at them, all of them sold. So this was once again, if I as you can see, I'm at 18 million. Watch how high I go when I get all my Grand Chance Cubes. 32 million. I just made like what was that? 15 million credits just by selling my Grand Chance Cubes. This came out of the Visionary Alliance Hypercrate pack opening I did. The video has already been uploaded, but from opening one Visionary Alliance pack and selling the Grand Chance Cubes on the Harbinger server, I just made 15 million credits. That's crazy. And once again, I still got to keep the items. I still got that Marsh Hunter Ackley and the Jedi Strategist and all these armor pieces here, and I basically got them for free. That's what it is. I got them for free because I made my money back. So that's it. This is the best way to make credits in this game, hands down. End of story. As you can see here, 32 million on this character. I've got tons of Hypercrates opening and stuff. It really is insane, and I'm not sure how long this is going to last for. This is a player-based economy. You never know what's going to happen on the GTN. You never know. You really just never know. Suddenly everyone stops buying Grand Chance Cubes or whatever. So make sure you guys start using this tip now because it's working really well now. So I still have a little bit of time left on this video before it hits 15 minutes. So let's quickly recap what I've been talking about because for those of you who might be a little confused, the essence of this tip is you open up a Hypercrate. You buy a Hypercrate for under 11 million credits and you open it up. And all the Grand Chance Cubes and Companion Gifts and Jawa Scrap you sell. You sell on the GTN and you'll make your money back. You'll make more money back as you can see in this video. So you'll make a little bit of a profit. And then once again, you're hoping for getting a jackpot, getting a gold mount, getting gold armor sets, or getting that unstable Arbiter's lightsaber. That's what you're hoping for. But if you don't get it, that's okay, because you can just rinse and repeat the cycle over and over again. You use the money that you got from selling the Grand Chance Cubes and everything to go and buy another Hypercrate. And then you play and you hope to get the jackpot. It's okay if you don't, because you're still racking up tons of items on the side that you're going to be able to sell later and still make millions of credits. Alright guys, so that's going to be the end of this video. I really hope this tip helped. And guys, any questions, let me know in the comment section. I'm always happy to help out because I know that I know that I'm not always the clearest. A lot of people get confused. I think I'm being clear, but a lot of people get confused with what I'm saying. So if you have any questions, you need any clarifications, I always respond to the comments. So just write in the comment section below. I really hope you enjoyed this tip.